so you want men to deeply respect you. In most of the world, you're told that it takes charm, beauty, and endless patience to earn a man's respect. But what you actually become is exhausted, and that's no joke. On the bright side, when you write a blog post about how relationships are overrated, you can do it in perfect prose. If you haven't guessed by the title, gaining men's deep respect is actually very easy, even if you think society has set you up to fail. If you compare yourself to every other being, you're actually pretty overpowered. When people like you and me say we want to be respected by men, it means a bunch of things. We want to be valued for who we are, ideally for qualities that truly matter. We want to be taken seriously, hopefully without changing ourselves. We want to have meaningful conversations, just enough so people respect us, but not too much to the point where people think we're unapproachable. The problem is, most advice on the internet is so vague and philosophical that even if it works, the only people who could actually follow it are Oprah and Wonder Woman. And if you instead look for specific advice that you can actually try right now, this is what you get. Smile more because it's inviting, dress to impress, play hard to get, learn to cook, don't be too assertive. These things sound good, but at some point you have to, actually be yourself. Besides, even in the past, there have been amazing women who spent their time breaking norms and still commanded immense respect. So what can you actually do to earn men's deep respect? That's not just the same 6 tips from a magazine article copied and pasted from a 1950s etiquette guide, inspired by a quote stitched onto a decorative pillow. What does respecting yourself even mean? It's about having sky-high self-worth and bulletproof self-esteem. It's the guts to stand your ground even if everyone else is against you. Feeling comfy in your own skin and refusing to let anyone tell you how to feel about yourself. Make honesty your best policy and never settle for less than you deserve. Understand your worth and never allow someone to treat you with disrespect. When you respect yourself, you give off an air of confidence that no one can ignore. Curious about how to cultivate this self-respect? Let me shed some light. It's about embracing yourself fully. Trust me, as soon as you do, they'll be lining up to love you like a queen. The next step is to follow your own path. Men admire women who have a clear sense of what they want and possess the guts to chase it. These women don't let others control their lives or dictate their actions, and this wins respect. They have their own aspirations and objectives, taking risks to achieve them, which shows their ambition, determination, and a strong sense of identity. However, blazing your own trail isn't solely about getting men's admiration. It's also about leading a life based on your own beliefs. Embrace trying new things or going against the norm without fear. Dare to be unique and stand out. Women who confidently embrace their true selves and live by their own rules are truly empowered. The cherry on top? When you go your own way, you'll gain men's respect and better life satisfaction. So go ahead and build your own path forward. Watch the praise come flooding in. Now let's get back to practical steps. What kind of boundaries? It depends. Personal boundaries are good for establishing mutual respect and ensuring your needs are met. Also, if you communicate them clearly, it makes interactions much smoother. But most people go straight for compromise, which indeed is key in relationships. But compromising your boundaries isn't. For example, just by setting boundaries, you can come off to anyone in conversation as someone who knows her worth. The key is to not be confrontational about it. Can you help me with this task right now? I wish I could, but I have other commitments I can't miss. You can assert your boundaries while also being considerate and sounding like you value balance. The key is to express what you can or cannot do without making others feel rejected. This way, people will actually respect you more, which will make them see you as confident and self-aware. As we near the end, we've saved something outstanding for last, valuing your health and happiness. Men respect women who maintain their well-being and put themselves first. They value women who live life on their own terms without having others define them. Women who make decisions independently, without relying on others, convey a strong sense of self and the bravery to prioritize their own needs. However, putting one's health and happiness first is not just for earning men's respect. It's also crucial for living a satisfying and balanced life. Be unafraid to refuse things that don't feel right. Don't hesitate to put yourself first, even if it disappoints someone else. Men admire women who value their own well-being above all. For example, just by prioritizing your health and happiness, you can come off to anyone as someone who knows her worth. The key is to not be confrontational about it. Can you attend this event even though you're feeling overwhelmed? I wish I could, but I need to take care of myself to stay balanced. You can put your health first while also being considerate and sounding like you value harmony. The key is to express your needs without making others feel rejected. This way, people will actually respect you more, which will make them see you as confident and self-aware. Now, how do you develop these skills? It's actually really easy. You don't have to read the same 5 self-help books everyone tells you to read. Just think of a principle you want to embrace, like putting your health and happiness first. Now Google how to prioritize your well-being. Here's an article that looks good. Usually these articles give you steps, but if your finger slips, you might accidentally end up scheduling a yoga class. And you might accidentally start saying no to things that drain you, and by chance, begin feeling more balanced. Oh no, accidentally prioritized your health and happiness. Well, now that you have the tools, you'll also find that not only can you set boundaries effectively, follow your own path, and respect yourself, but you can also improve your relationships. There are 10 things you should know before you start this journey. 1. Unless you respect yourself, others won't know how to respect you. 2. You only have to be consistent 20% of the time to make 80% of the impact. So I guess we could just move on. This is called the Pareto principle. It's a concept that shows how a small amount of effort can lead to a large portion of the results. As you can see, just by practicing self-respect, setting boundaries, following your own way, and prioritizing your well-being occasionally, you can make a lot of progress in the beginning. But you have to start. No one ever earned respect by wishing for it. You only earn respect by respecting yourself first. The same applies to following your own way. You only blaze a trail if you take the first step. So once you decide on a boundary or a goal, go ahead and act on it. Doesn't even have to be a big one. Just start with something small, and now you'll never forget it. I'm collecting donations in the form of subscribes to fund the next video.